All right, so let's start with his normal attacks. Adam actually has 3 PhDs, but they're in science, not footsies. So he doesn't have a long, complicated moveset of combos and normal attacks. It's pretty basic, it's pretty simple, and it's not where he excels. But there's a few that I want to show. His down 3 is actually awesome.
The chemistry kick?
Can you go down again? Just down.
Yeah, I mean...
I know they saw the trailer.
Yeah, let's not bury the lead here. This is his crouch animation. It's pretty much the best crouch animation in the history of fighting games.
He's so cute.
Yeah, so his down 3 is awesome and has really good range, and it goes down very, very low. A reoccurring theme with Adam is how good he is at low profiling things, and this is just excellent. Like, it'll go under a lot of attacks, and it's definitely a great down 3. Cool. His forward 2 is also pretty good. It's triple punches, well? It's advancing, it's safe on block, and you can do moves at the end of it. Like, you can go into special moves, which we'll show later. And then I think another core normal is his back 1. It's a low attack, it's relatively fast, and the rest of the string is really cool.
Gets a little movement out of it, too.
Yeah.
A little movement?
There we go.
So he'll actually shrink down, and he can go into his character power.
Yeah, that's
what we'll be showing later.
Yeah, you can do that. There's 2 separate strings you can do that with, because you also have the other one, this one here, which is an overhead.
Down with an overhead.
Yep.
Fabulous. What else we got, Steve?
So let's talk about where he excels, which is his special moves. And he has a really unusual mix of special moves. He does have a fireball. It's pretty decent. It's a high, it's fast, and the meter burn version is very good because it actually captures them.
I want to say, like, you say that like all of his special moves are very interesting and weird, right? When I first played him, I was like, how do these all connect together?
Yes.
Like, I couldn't figure it out. And
yes.
the more I played him, I'm like, they fit together perfectly the way they work. We can explain a little bit more about that later.
Absolutely,
But,
yeah.
like, they seem disparate, but they're not.
Yeah, it's very much a hodgepodge that really comes together when the better you get with them. So, this fireball can go into a capture state, so you can actually use it to win trades. Like, if you think they're going to do a fireball, you do it. Kind of like Sub-Zero's Ice Blast. Right. Or you can use it up close. Like, you can just commit to it, and that'll be a low combo starter if you don't want to go into his character power or don't want to just complete the string.
I definitely think, for me, when I play him, using it up close, like in combo, is usually the best way you want to do it. Because if you do it full screen and you capture, you don't get a lot off of it.
Yeah.
You can get maybe one more gunshot or a meter burn teleport, but that doesn't get you much damage.
And that's going to be another recurring thing, that his damage is not really the highest. He has a lot of really good, really...
He's got a lot of tools.
Yeah, a lot of tools for every situation, but he's not going to do a lot of damage for the most part.
Sure.
So, to complement the fireball, he also has really good counter-zoning tools. He has a teleport, where he'll shrink down, then get big again. And the meter burn version actually hits. And because it hits from behind, it'll be an instant cross-up. He does not get a combo unless it's in the corner, and it is full combo punishable. And you'll notice it doesn't do a ton of damage, but it's very, very fast and very hard to block, and it's going to force the opponent to either eat a bunch of them or sit there and crouch block, which then opens up the rest of his game. He can then go in, jump in, do his fireball, whatever he wants to do.
Well, and I'm sure off the next thing you're probably going to show, like where he uses the gravity,
yes.
Just, man, it makes me so mad. Do it, just do it.
So then he has his gravity belt, where he actually increases the density so that he floats. That's science.
That's science.
And then he can actually do it multiple times to change his jump arc. And at any point, he can do his other moves. So like you said, this complements his teleport. He can do that. The opponent's like, oh, I don't want to anti-air him because he might float. And then all of a sudden, he teleports behind him.
You can also go into your character power from that, too.
Correct. You can go into your character power. You can go into a jump attack. And this will keep up your key mix-up of, like, you're jumping with a jump 3, which is super hard to anti-air. But then they're getting ready and they're going to anti-air it. And then you go into the float. And then you can go behind them. There's all kind of mix-ups.
And you can do normal attacks out of it as well, too.
You can do combos into it.
It's so cool.
He also has a ground pound. Full screen ground pound. It's a low.
Big a little bit.
Yeah, he gets big for just a little bit. Getting big actually takes a huge toll on the bio belt, and that's why he doesn't do it very often. It's for serious situations. If you meter burn it, it does the same damage, but it actually becomes an unblockable.
Oh, wow.
And in my opinion, this move is actually, I would say it's like dastardly fast. Like it's way more faster than you'd think.
Well, it's confusing because you're looking for, is it a teleport or is it a stomp?
Exactly. I think one of the things you see on paper, like, oh, and a ground pound, I'll just jump. but it looks very, very similar to the teleport. So in my opinion, this is a great, really trolly, like early game mix-up.
Or all block low, the regular, and then you
Yeah.
can meter burn. Like
Yep.
there's like 3 different things that can possibly happen.
Exactly. And that's one of the things that complements his fireball and his jumping.
And a thing that we talk about here too, when you talk about all the moves coming together, doing the stomp, doing the fireball, doing the teleport, might not be getting you tons of damage, but you're waiting out your character power to get your small guy back.
And that's what we're going to go through, yeah. His
Yep.
character power is definitely the bread and butter of this character, and a lot of his game plan is going to be based on waiting it out because the cooldown is pretty long.
Yeah,
and it's also a thing where you're right, it all complements each other, and he's going to be hitting you a ton for low damage. So the stomp's not a lot of damage, the teleport's not a lot of damage. You hit 3 though, that's 30%.
That adds up.
Yeah, it adds up.
It's definitely interesting. Like, and people saw the trait or the character power, pardon me, on the trailer. And the thing is about that is like there's much more metagame to it than you would probably understand.
Yes. So, and back forward too. You've seen this in the trailer a lot.
And you can attach that to the end of every.
Yeah, it's a great whiff punisher, it's a great anti-air, it's a great combo ender, and if you meter burn it, they're in a capture state, and you can do a full
Just
combo.
extend.
Now,
So-
if he's ducking, say,
It's a high.
show him. Yeah. So this is interesting because it's punishable, right? It's not a wake up.
On block, it is punishable, and on whiff, it's punishable, but a lot of times he'll go
The
super
distance
far
is
away.
So much, yeah.
And there's a thing about him that he's just a very confusing character because, like, can you punish when he comes out on trade? Can you punish this correctly? It's like the timings are all so strange.
And some
Yeah,
of the things
he
that are
can-
confusing too with him is that he has combos where he goes into being little, and you don't know if he's going into character power or if he's doing the combo, and it's just like, man!
So one more special move to show, which, again, really shows that he doesn't break down into any particular archetype. It's science!
Science!
He has these beakers, and he can throw them down, and this actually does dot damage. It'll stay on screen for quite a while. If the opponent walks into it, it'll do dot damage. But he has other moves, too. Depending on the direction. This one will actually make it so they can't jump. It's like Abigail's Garden. Green Arrow cannot jump right now. And a third one will actually drain super meter if you're standing in it. But that's not all.
Tell me more,
Through
Steve!
the power of chemistry,
Chemistry!
he's able to throw this beaker down, and it will mix with his vials. So that's actually explode, and now he has a poisonous gas cloud that does significant.
Now, something's cool is like just throw it down real quick. And do that one. And do his throw.
Cancel.
No, do his throw because his throw doesn't move. So he's stuck in that.
Yes,
like
for
a lot of
quite a
people
long
will move
time.
the person. His throw stays stationary. So like you do the meter burn version, he's gonna take. Well,
Look at that. That's
Whoa.
big damage.
25.
That's
Wow.
big science damage.
Big science.
Now
That's Harvard damage.
Now the risk reward of this is there's 2 moves to make this happen.
Right. He has
Really,
to.
the setup is there.
Yes. And usually you cannot special cancel a special move like cancel the recovery. He actually can. You can see he does it very, very fast. And he can do this with all of them. So they each do different things. If you have the blue out, he'll actually push this goo. And if you meter burn it, the goo will actually put them in a
Go
capture
full
state.
screen and show it. It's really cool. The animators did an amazing job on this.
Yeah, that's
Well,
awesome. That's smart goo.
Yep.
Smart dude.
And then the red one causes a huge explosion that'll actually pop them up.
Woo!
And he gets
You
a free
don't,
back
you
there.
don't need to use meter for the pop-up either.
Right, you do not.
higher
The,
pop-up.
the meter just makes the pop-up even higher.
That's awesome.
There's also something that is like probably not used a lot, but maybe start used, is you can actually cancel strings into the the catalyst.
Yeah,
right?
you can do the catalyst by itself, and that's just a low. It's kind of a low damaging, but it's a low, and you get a knockdown if you use meter.
Yep.
So in my opinion, there's 2 key uses for the science moves. Number 1 is actually to just hide behind it. It's a great time waster.
Sure.
If your character power is about halfway through cooldown, you can actually put the green one down and just hide behind it. And this actually does a ton of dot damage, and you can actually you can get them out really quickly. If you have the opponent condition not to zone because of,
Yeah,
again, the counter zoning tools we've shown.
For that one, it's just down, back 3, down, forward 3, and
Yeah.
all in one motion, and it pops out.
And I think the second use would be setups. Like the throw. The throw's a great example. In the corner, it can really add up. And I think cutting your combo short, doing like a down 2 into it, can be really effective. And the opponent's going to be sitting in it, and they're going to be taking a bunch of dot damage. So let's show his throw, then let's go into his character
One
power.
thing we didn't talk about real quick, I believe, is I believe his Meterburg ground time is also an OTG.
That's actually true. Yes, that's true.
Which is really cool for setups as well. Like
Yeah.
if people are doing delayed wake ups, bam.
Would you like to explain what OTG is for
You're
those
right.
that made it?
For those of you who don't know what that is, it's an off the ground, right?
Yes.
So pretty much like if they're laying flat and they're there, you do the ground pound, they get hit by it.
Which is unique because normally when you're on the ground, you're invincible. You cannot be hit. There's not a lot of attacks in the game that will actually hit.
And since it's you can't block it, like you can't just like quickly hold back. If you use the meter burn one, you're taking damage. Right. So he can definitely set up things where it comes to like delayed wake ups and stuff. Like,
which is another example of what we've been harping on: low damage but a lot of application.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So his throw is awesome.
Just goes into your little ear there.
And this character, his throw, which we're going to talk about in a second, has a lot more utility than a lot of other throws.
Yes, it does. One point I want to make before we go on to character power, though. I love the audio actually cutting out like you're hearing. Like it hurts their audio. So his character power is he goes subatomic and actually shrinks down. And from here he has a full move list. He can even move around, he can jump, he can air dash, and he has multiple attacks. He has anti-air move, this move, which is probably the funnest thing in the history of video games. He has a low, he has an overhead, and like Tyler said, he can actually do his throw from this.
And that will come in handy.
Yes. So.
Oh, first of all, you can also like instant overhead too.
Yes. Yeah. Really cool. His jump 3 is an overhead, so he can do it instantly, and he could just run away. It is arguably the most annoying thing in the history of fighting.
Yes, absolutely is.
This is one of those awesome. They just completely change the way the character plays.
Right.
When he has this up, he's in control. He's doing whatever he wants. You gotta hold that.
Now he can get knocked out of it.
He can get knocked out of it. Now a lot of people noticed in the trailer, Joker was having a hard time knocking out of it. Things changed in development. It's now a little bit easier to knock him out. It's not easy. He is gonna go under a lot of stuff. He will go under highs. He will go under a lot of mids. It's
hard to catch him. Like it's hard to knock him out for sure. Like
it is very hard. Catwoman is jealous, but he can be hit out of it.
If you're trying to like do it on wake up, you're probably gonna get knocked out of it.
Yeah,
and that will reset your timing.
Yes,
so it'll start the entire clock over. So you gotta be careful.
So here's how the cooldown actually works. You'll see it starts to drain. Any time he can get character power and he comes back. Now you notice the bio belt actually goes into a cooldown. During this time, he can be punished, but it's very, very quick. The opponent kind of has to be ready for it. So let's say he like ends this combo and he backs off. Green Arrow probably won't have enough time to go in.
Right.
Or if you do your throw, you actually instantly negate it, cooldown begins, and he doesn't go through the bio belt thing at all.
So that's the metagame. Do you want to keep doing damage and maybe take some damage on the back end? Or do you want to try to get a throw out? But you can break the throw.
But look at this. If you let it go all the way, he's actually stunned for a long time, and my grandma could get a punish.
Right.
Like, that's tough. So the metagame here is you want to use it as much as you can. You want to go for the mix-ups, the chip damage, the throw, but you don't want it to last all the way or you're in serious trouble. You want to take it 70% using it. Now you're looking for your escape plan, which could be you plan. What's the kind of stuff you look for?
I like to use things like if I'm doing you do this kind of thing. I missed him, so I play him obviously. I try to do it in the air. I feel like doing it out of the air really helps things. So boom, 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 and now I'm looking to do it. Now I'm safe.
So this is a really good character for Tyler because he just has to press one button to do an 11-hit combo.
I would argue this tops Raiden's 4-3 bounce cancel is most fun. There are going to be fans who go into training mode and just do 2-2-2-2-2 for like 20 minutes straight.
I just sat and did it in Paul's office when it started.
Yeah,
and I was just like, this is the most fun. We're trying to see how many times you could do it before and then go into super.
I would argue in the history of fighting games, the ratio of ease of execution to looking cool and fun, this is it.
Yeah.
This is the best thing ever designed in a fighting game. So yeah, the meta here is extremely deep because he can just, if the opponent's just going to block, you're like, oh, I don't want to, I'm just going to crouch block, right? The chip is going to add up. It's actually pretty decent. And at any time, you can stop, go for the throw.
Or go for the low there, too.
Yeah, you could also go for the low, then you can go for the overhead, and then you get the meta of the opponent reads the throw, and they're going to do their own throw, or they're going to do like a down one to hit you out of it, and then instead of doing the throw, what did you start doing? Pause for a second, then go back to mashing too.
Yeah. There's a lot of meta to it. They can also tech the throw.
Yes.
If they think it's coming, they can tech the throw. So there's a lot of things going on there, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And truthfully, we've played a lot of matches, you and I. there's been times where like I throw it out there and realize, oh, I'm not getting damage out of this.
Bail out.
So I bail out immediately.
Yep.
Like might not get any damage at all, but like I don't want to take, because Steve, you've played professionally. Like if I mess that up, I'm taking more damage than I dealt.
Yeah,
That's not good.
So to me, at the high level of play, he's going to be all about his character power and the application of it on both sides. The Adam player is going to have to make a lot of guesses on when do you bail out, when do you go in, when do you risk it. The opponent's going to have to sit there and do you actually take a risk and go for it, try to hit him out of it, try to jump around, try to avoid it. Maybe there's times you're like, hey, I have the life lead. I'm just going to take it and hold it.
Hold it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
He's really good. Like you got to learn how to sort of like, it's weird to say because he seems so like bouncing off the walls.
Yeah.
Very good for patient players.
Yeah. It's a weird dynamic where before the character power, you probably want to be kind of patient, kind of take your time, hide behind the green mist, shoot the fireball.
Try to get it back.
Try to get it back. Then you get the character power. Then you're falling, you're going crazy. Then you have about 10% left, and you're like, all right.
Back up.
I got to back up.
Right.
There's two things he's great at that I think. Getting first hit.
Oh, yeah. He's got to be one of the best.
And your first hit lands down, so this is great.
Yeah.
Really great at getting first hit. Also really good at closing a match out.
Yep.
How does he get first hit usually?
Just by
going
who knows,
nuts,
man.
hit
Going
mashing
nuts, man.
too.
Just like not a specific attack or anything, guys?
He does just a teleport into low kick.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think the bottom line for me, Adam,
Character.
he is going to be an awesome character if you like weird setups, if you like being in control of the meta, like they have to react to what you're doing, and if you like science. I think those are the big three things.
What I really enjoyed about him too is that I've played a lot of different matchups with him against people. I've played Burke Swamp Thing. I've played against you with a bunch of different characters. Haven't played you because I won't. Like certain times, like there's certain moves you take out of your equation for a thing. Like I don't use science a lot against certain zoners,
Right.
But if they're like against Swamp Thing, maybe I'll try to throw it out more to control space. There's a lot of different ways to like sort of cut what you do, and it's just like any character that I've ever played. I'm still learning the times to use different things. Like I'm still getting used to throwing science.
Yeah, he's definitely a character where there's nothing hard about his execution, but there's a lot of depth in how you play.
Yeah, cool. A lot of fun. Very exciting character. I'm glad we were able to show off.
Let's check out some loadouts, dude.
We have some loadouts.
All right.
Come on, man.
While this is loading on, I cannot wait to see what he adds to the tournament level meta. He's one of those, a lot of times, I used to be good. I work on the game. I can kind of predict how it's going to play out. He's one of those where it's like, I have absolutely no idea. Like, we're just dropping a bomb in the middle of the meta.
He's science bomb.
A science bomb. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
So here's him trying to be cocky in front of Green Arrow by dressing the same.
Yes.
That's rude.
And I gave him two moves. The first is Massive Attack, where he increases the density of his fist and does this big death punch, this death blow. You can see his fist there. It actually gets the density fist.
Density fist.
This is a good move because it's a fully invincible wake-up attack.
Which is something we didn't talk about.
Yes, his teleport is his wake-up attack, but it's good. It's really fast. It's somewhat invincible, but it's pretty easy to punish, and there's a lot of ways that you can, like, go on offense, but then actually punish it if he does teleport. Like, it's got a lot of holes. It's not the world's greatest wake-up. So, if you're emo about that, you can equip this, and boom, knock up full screen. I also gave him the Force Field, where he rubs his bio belt, and then, I mean, he does.
It's more of an adjustment.
Yeah, it's
right?
he adjusts his bio belt.
I love how you couldn't say your voice started cracking up. He rose his voice.
Because I was thinking, should I say this? I shouldn't, then I did. So this will actually absorb projectiles, and if you meter burn it, it can hit the opponent. But what's really cool about this move, the real reason I wanted to show it is it works with character power, and you can see he's got the little shield. That's just the most fun thing ever.
That's adorable.
Yeah. This will replace his teleport, but if you're getting zoned out really badly, the teleport's not doing enough damage for you, you can put that on and then just go ham, go in with your character power, and no projectile's going to hit you out of it.
No. That's
so,
awesome.
one more loadout.
Ooh.
This is my casual Adam, where he does not have a face visor on.
Yeah.
And it's a tournament. No, this is Electrum.
This is Electrum, yeah. So, with this, I gave him the meter burn fireball changes to be this long beam, and will actually make the opponent grow.
It's so cool.
There's also an optional way to shrink them. So this is actually a better one. It's even better for trades. It's even better if they try to anti-air because it's that beam. But honestly, let's just be real here. It makes them grow. That's why I selected it. Yeah, that is so
Which
awesome.
does nothing.
I mean,
just looks
it's
amazing.
extremely funny. So that's something. And then the second one changes his character power. Instead of shrinking, you actually pull objects out of his bio belt that he had used as interactables. And there are multiple ones. It's randomly chosen. And they have different properties. Like that one will actually stun him, and then he gets a combo. One thing I wanted to point out that I forgot. You'll notice he's the first character in Fighting the History where he does not pull his props out of nothing. If you look closely, it's pre-shrunk in the bio belt, and he's pulling it out, growing it, then putting it back in.
Even his 1-1-2.
Is that lore?
That's lore. No, you can just see it. Look.
Yeah, watch the 1-1-2.
Yeah, 1-1-2. He's
puts
pulling
it
out
away,
a microscope.
and then he puts it away.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. Good design.
So, I think we have one thing left.
Someone just said that's ducking cool. Someone just got autocorrected hard.
Ooh.
So, super move.
Super move.
His is unique because the into, I'll just do it and it won't hit. You can see he goes a little, he hits twice, but it's really cool because he can actually do it from his character power.
See how many hits you can get first.
This is terrible.
You're not even really trying, like, to get multiple hits. This is...
All right, there we go. There we go.
Wow, that was amazing.
All right. This has to be one of the coolest, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's a very unique super into, and he's using character power, and they keep hitting you out, and you have 4 bars. Light them up.
That's awesome.
Light 'em up.
Light 'em up.